Hello everybody, we're going to go through the dumbbell swing. So just like the kettlebell swing, but you can do this also with a dumbbell. Now, one thing to think about with this movement is where you're standing. So Steph's just going to turn to the side. She's not even going to use the dumbbell at the moment. And she's just going to place her hands forward into that shoulder position. So this would be where we would end up with a Russian kettlebell swing. Now she's going to take her hands above her. And this would be where we'd end up standing tall with an American swing. So as you can notice, now just place your hands down by your sides. Nothing changed in where her hips were at the end of those movements. It just looks like where she would normally stand. That's what I want you to think about with this movement. So Steph's going to grab hold of that dumbbell. She's going to show us 3 Russian swings and 3 American swings. So going for those Russians, up to that front rack position, power coming from the hips, and now she's going to go above to the American swing, power still coming from the hips. Now, you shouldn't feel this in your arms until you get to a much, much heavier weight, but it really should be a hip dominant movement. You're going to grip onto the dumbbell or kettlebell, and it's just a fine part of the skill, but major part is coming from the hips. Now, as you can see, she is only getting those hips to that normal neutral standing position. So, starting this movement off, she's going into that hinge, very much like the hinge at the beginning of a deadlift, or the hang dumbbell, or the hang snatch. So from here, she's going to just drive forward into that front rack position, into that front position, and then back down. She's squeezing her glutes at the top of the movement and squeezing her core at the same time. That makes it very hard to break the line and to go forward, because that's often the issue. People throw the weight out and they're in this massive arch. That's when we're going to have some problems. Now we're going to go for one Russian through to an American. So she just gets it moving, and now she's above there. She's got the nice momentum and back down. Now, as we can see, when she stops here, it's stacked all the way above, okay? It's not out in front, it's not behind, it's a nice stacked position, and then she's coming back down. Remember, it's a hip drive, it's not a squat. Often people do this weird squat thing. So let's see this squat. They squat from here, and then they drive up, and then they're going to squat again, and they're going to drive up. Not what we want, it's a hinge. Okay, so hinge, drive through, hinge, drive through. Excellent.